Like me, the way he's acting at the moment, his body language, I don't really like. I feel like if the team is not, everybody's not doing well. It's not like he's playing better than anybody. No, nobody in the team is playing well. But the way he acts like he acts like he's playing better than everybody's playing worse. Nobody in the team is actually playing well. Will you sack him this season? I mean, the reason why I think sacking him will not be good. If you sack him, who are you going to bring? Are you going to bring an interim or which manager can you go and get to another come on full time? So I wouldn't sack him. Food is not the scary place once for if people are going to be afraid that Liverpool will do something and people are not scared of them. People know they can face them. If they face Liverpool, they have a high chance of beating them. Nobody is scared of Liverpool at this point moment.
6 million ways to die. Choose one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hurricane of Football podcast. Today we'll be reviewing the games that have been played so far this weekend. We'll be reviewing the North London Derby, Barcelona's match, and some other Premier League games. Today I'm joined with Seth. He's the only other panelist we have this evening. So we will start with the North London Derby. Tottenham went to Arsenal. Seth, how do you see that game?
In okay, the scoreline was not what I expected. But I didn't expect Arsenal to score for, but I expected Arsenal to win. The way the first half was going, Arsenal were all over Tottenham. Tottenham didn't even have a shot on target in the whole first half. Tottenham didn't really threaten. It's like they came into the match with the mindset of sitting back and maybe hoping to hit Arsenal on the counter attack. But they didn't really get Kudus didn't really have a lot of the ball in the first half. Now didn't even really notice the attack. So in the first half, Tottenham didn't really threaten Arsenal. Tottenham didn't have a shot on target. Their attack was non-existent. They were just I felt like they only came to play counter attack, sitting behind. Then if they get into the break, try and hit Arsenal, but they didn't get any chance. Then, they didn't really threaten. Then Arsenal scored their first goal with a lively assist from Mikel Merino to Trossard. The ball took a bit of deflection from Van der Ven before it entered, but then it became 1-0. Then not long after, Eze got a ball, dribbled there are a lot of bodies in the box. I'm not surprised how the ball went inside 2-0. From then, I thought that the game was done. Richarlison scored a nice goal from almost the center circle to catch Raya out to make it. No, wait. After sorry, that was I've jumped a bit ahead. When the second started, I think a minute in the 46th minute, that's when Eze scored the second goal to make it 3-1. Then around the 50th or 60th minute, Richarlison scored to make it 3-1 from outside from almost the center circle to catch Raya out. Then Eze completed his hat trick. So Tottenham they are points tally and where they are supposed to be and their performances don't match at all because they have not been really good. They hardly attack. You said
Yeah,
did you say something?
no.
Okay. They hardly I mean have Thomas Frank, this is not really what I expected from him when he came to because Brentford he made in Rome when Wisa scored 20 and 19 goals to stay back. I seems like at Tottenham you can't get the attacks firing. Tottenham have been really, really disappointed and poor. But for us now, they did what they needed to do considering the results of history. Liverpool losing to Forest 3-0 and City losing to Newcastle 2-1. They did what they had to do. So now they are 6 points clear with Chelsea being second, which in itself is a surprise because it feels like Chelsea are going under the radar. Nobody really considers Chelsea a title challenger. So that was really what happened in the match. Mikel Arteta got his lineup spot on. They didn't really miss Gabriel because Hincapié too was good at the back. So all in all, it was a good performance from Arsenal, but from Tottenham, very terrible. They have to really, really look at themselves. Oh, Xavi Simons has not really hit the ground running, but because I feel like because Florian Wirtz and others have not really done well, so people don't really focus much on him. But he needs to be talked about a bit. He has not really done well. Tottenham as a club, I don't really expect them to do. I don't know. They'll finish. They're not. I'm not. I don't think they'll finish 17th like they finished last season. But that's not what their fans were expecting when they brought Thomas Frank in. They have really been disappointing. They don't seem to have any patterns of play when it comes to attack. They just continue. It's like if Kudus doesn't do anything, Kudus, even though he's brilliant, he's not someone that you can rely on. He's not like on maybe a Lami Yamal level or on a Lise level to consistently providing goals and assists. Tottenham, if they don't find a way to improve their attack, they'll start dropping. They'll drop from the table very very fast. They start dropping to the bottom of the table very quickly. What about you? How did you see the match?
Me personally, I think Thomas Frank has to readapt his style, especially at Tottenham, because the type of players they have I would look so hypocritical saying this, talking about the system Tottenham play. But if you look at the type of players they have, Van de Ven, the fast defender. In fact, their whole defensive line, I don't think they have a slow player. So why would you let all of them sit back? Meanwhile, those players can cover a lot of space with their pace and their athleticism. So I feel like in order to get the best out of Tottenham, you should allow the boys to play, push them up the field, like so that players like Kudus and uh, Richarlison himself or even Odebeck can do something for the team because if they will have to if they are defending their box and you have to start building an attack all the way from their defense by the time they carry the ball to the attack, the thing over there, they will not have enough players over there. You would see anytime they in today anytime they get the ball to the front, it was only like two or three players. They didn't have enough support around them. So they ended up losing the ball. They were crowded out by Arsenal's defense. I think they were too timid in this match. They should have attacked this game much more with much more uh, attacking intent because against Arsenal, he came into the game stuff with a five-back formation, and I was so confused. Why is he coming and with the type of players he has? Maybe he was slightly
He,
concerned about him.
he came in. His main idea was to them on a counter attack. That was all. There was nothing else. That was what he had in mind. Taking on a counter attack.
Yeah, but like I don't necessarily agree with that situation. He should have coming into this match. Arsenal had their reputation of not scoring open play goals, even though they scored all their goals from open play this game. Arsenal were not scoring from open play goals, so I don't understand why he came with the idea of coming to defend. Like if they are not scoring open play goals, the meaning
Yeah,
they are not creating.
you
Yeah,
can't
they
even
are
say
not
that.
they
You
are
can't really say that Arsenal were really under pressure in this match. So, didn't really, if that screamer Richarlison scored, Arsenal really weren't really under pressure like that.
yeah. And for us now, Eberechi Eze, one of
That was what we wanted to talk about. The fact that Tottenham chased him throughout the summer,
yeah,
only for him to
and
sign for Arsenal and then score a hat trick against you. That's some kind of disrespect.
he's one of my favorite players to watch. He's silky, he's talented. I like the way he plays. Even when he didn't score yet, the chance he created for Declan Rice at the very beginning
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
game.
that would have been a nice goal.
Yeah,
That,
he, he was essential towards the whole game. It was very relevant. Not to mention Trossard. Trossard too had a good game today. And Zubimendi too, I felt like was vital for them in the midfield today. I feel like the whole Arsenal squad was
yeah,
good.
everybody in
And
Arsenal did
yeah,
well.
Was a good replacement for
Did you
Gabriel.
even
You
notice
know, even
that Gabriel
yeah,
was in there?
you know, yeah. So I feel like all in all, Arsenal have capitalized on the fact that Manchester City and Liverpool drop points this weekend, and they should head into the Champions League confident. They are playing a
Yeah,
big game
yeah,
this week.
yeah, yeah,
This in the Champions League this week, so we'll see how this win against Tottenham can motivate them in their next game in the Champions League.
yeah,
Think
yeah,
so that's all
yeah, that,
for
yeah, yeah,
this game.
yeah. Yeah,
Then we
so
can
now
move on to the next Premier League fixture, which is Newcastle at home to Manchester City. And
Manchester City have an Erling Haaland dependency. If Erling Haaland doesn't score, all the matches he hasn't scored in, they have not won them. All the matches he hasn't scored in, they have not won them. Whether it was Newcastle, Tottenham, and this one, Aston Villa. Anytime doesn't score, I feel like if Man City don't win the league, I think that was part of the problem as to why don't that's the problem for winning the league because Erling Haaland will score a lot of goals here, but he can't score in every match. And the fact that I don't know what has happened, but Phil Foden he doesn't score much more goals. Omar Mamouche doesn't score. I don't know, my like feels like Okay, he's coming back from injury. You can say that, but so he doesn't have much fitness and rhythm. Savinho, I don't know. Savinho is a confusing player. When he played for Girona that season, I remember Barcelona fans saying that they wanted him to replace Rafinha because that season for Girona, that Girona got the Champions League. He scored, I think he scored 11, 10 goals and provided 11 assists or 11 goals and 10, 11 goals and 10 assists, one of them. He was electric that season. But when he has since has come to Man City, it looks like he has not really settled into the team, so you don't really know what he does. When they brought him on, I feel like they should have even kept Doku on because Doku at least was trying to do something. Savino, everything he tried didn't work. Man City, it feels like if Erling Haaland doesn't really score, no one else is going to score. And this match, both teams had chances. Both teams had chances, and Newcastle really, honestly, I think Newcastle deserved the win because even though Man City had their chances, they were not like most of them weren't like that clear cut to see. I remember the folding one where Czech gave him the pass, then he shot. That one should have entered the goal, but the shot went wide. Haaland had some few chances, but it wasn't when Newcastle also could have scored. Donnarumma saved a header from Vortemade. There was one on one with Vortemade. Then the one Harvey Barnes missed like an open goal. Then he missed, he played it wide. Newcastle had chances. So in the first half, I was even surprised it was 0-0 because I feel like it could have been 2-2, 2-0, or at least or even 2-0 to Newcastle. Then the second half started. Newcastle, Harvey Barnes scored the first goal. Then Ruben Diaz also scored. It became 1-1. Then also Harvey Barnes scored the second goal. It became 2-1 after VAR checked to see for possible offside. But I will say this thing. The referee was allowing a lot of fouls to go because I feel like both teams at least they should have gotten more than three red yellow cards because there was a point where Vardio, I don't know, I've got him actually, but he held someone. They almost dragged him to the floor. Valente was just throwing his body around, giving fouling people. They could have been more than I think the only two yellow cards in the whole match, but they could have been more. But I feel like Newcastle, their fans helped them, so they did what they had to do to win. Their fans were up for it. You could tell, but the atmosphere helped the players. They did what they're supposed to. I feel like when they are playing at home and they are playing the big teams, their fans help them. They turn up, so they end up even against Barcelona in Champions League. Their fans, the atmosphere, I feel like they are every tackle they celebrate it. Anytime Barcelona player touch the ball, they boo. So when they are playing at home against a big team, it's never easy. It's never easy. So Arsenal were lucky to win 2-1. Even Liverpool, it was a late winner that they used to win them. So all in all, I think Newcastle deserved to and they won. Man City, it's not honestly it's a damaging blow, but the loss will hurt because their run of fixtures now do not play. I think they don't play any top six side at least January. So it might sting a bit considering that this is a match they could. I'm sure with the form they're coming after beating Liverpool 3-0, I'm sure they would have believed that they'll be able to beat them, but they would have believed they would have been able to beat Newcastle, but since they didn't do it, I'm sure it will sting a bit. But we know Pep Guardiola. He uses it as motivation to improve the team. What about you? How did you see the match?
Manchester City, they are missing a player like Bruno Guimaraes in the team. I don't know why they bench. What's his name?
Reinders.
Reinders. I don't know why they benched Reinders and played Bernardo Silva instead. They lacked physicality in the midfield. You can see how the Newcastle midfield, Tonali and Joelinton were bullying the Manchester City midfield. The Manchester City midfield was weak. Apart from Gonzalez, I don't, they lacked the physicality they needed. Even Bernardo Silva, throughout the game, he looked weak. He's a technical player, but throughout that particular game, I don't think that was the game for Bernardo Silva to play.
The thing is Newcastle because all their midfielders have they are physically dominant. It's easy for them to once the their players are like I don't want to say midget, but compared to the Newcastle players, Man City's players are like children, so they can just throw their body around to bully them.
Yeah, and considering Newcastle, Newcastle, their home form this season, they've
Yeah,
been
yeah, I
playing
won't
very well.
come very good. Yeah.
They've been playing very well at home, and like I said in the preview, if they started the game well, it would be a good opportunity for them to carry that confidence, the momentum they are finding them, and give them a positive result. Newcastle at home, their fans will be behind them, and it was just about how the players reacted to it. And in my opinion, the players reacted well. After Ruben Diaz scored, they didn't let Manchester City get back in the game before they scoring another goal. So I felt like that was a very important part of the match, because if they didn't score that goal, they would have lost momentum, and I think City would have got back into the game and got a result against them. And for Manchester City, as you said, they are lacking the goals anywhere else apart from Haaland. And Haaland too, he needs the other team. He needs his teammates to create chances for him. So he's not someone who go and get the ball and dribble and score. So he needs his teammates to step up if they want to do something. And Pep Guardiola too, he's such a confusing coach. He obviously is great, but like some of like you can argue like, because I don't know tactics like that. He will know more than me, but like putting number 10 players on the wings and putting wingers at number 10, he rotates them too much, and I feel like that's what is making it someone like Savinho play like that, because even yesterday he played on the left wing, but throughout his time as Girona, I think he was a right winger and stuff like that. So like he just placing players in uncomfortable positions, they will not play their best game. Anyway,
And I
I
think,
think
but before I move, I was just say the thing is because like you see, players need to be playing consistently in order to build form and stuff. Most of
yeah,
him, his players, the way his teams are, it feels like if you don't play well 2 3 matches on the bench, that's how it feels like. If you don't play well 2 3 matches on the bench, so it's hard for some of them to build rhythm because they are not playing consistently. Like you don't play some few matches, you're on the bench. So it's like if you come on, if you don't have an impact, you might not start for the next 3 matches.
yeah.
But that was all. Congratulations to Newcastle. They said the house first win against Pep Guardiola in 1910. Arsenal fans should be grinning because they and Newcastle to their fight their histories. I remember some of the matches. There was one match where there was a whole issue about the ball going out of play and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure Arsenal fans were smiling. So now let's move on to the next match.
This shocking match. Liverpool at home to Nottingham Forest. What a shock. Liverpool losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Seth, what do you think?
Liverpool at this point, I don't know if he should be surprised by the results at this point because it feels like they only have one win in their last 6 Premier League games. I think that was the win against um, Aston Villa where they won 2-0. So I don't know. I feel like Liverpool now in hindsight is 2020. But if you look back, I feel like they changed too many things too quickly. So now none of them, the players have struggled to adapt. And if you go to an environment where things are not working, it's hard to live adapt because nobody seems to be on it. Nobody's motivating you because everybody's like lacking confidence. Masala is not himself. This was last season and the players were on form. If you had it could have been easy to integrate them because people are believing themselves, they can try things and stuff. But now nobody believes in themselves. Everybody is having a bad time. The only people can say the only Liverpool player I can see is really having a good season is Dominic Soboslai. The rest of them, none of them seem to having a good season. All of them look like they have regressed. So I don't know if we should be surprised by the results now. Honestly, I feel like we should just accept that this it's like how Man City last season they went, I think, 13 game winners run also. I think that is what's happening to Liverpool. So now the question is, I think when it comes to the title race, we should stop asking whether if they're in title. We should more focus on if they can make the top four because right now they are behind Manchester United, which is crazy. If we'd have said that at the start of the season, United would be ahead of Liverpool. On paper, the transfer window was great, but now she's looking like maybe some of the players were not needed. If Arne Slot doesn't fix this, I think he might be sacked. But we have to also give credit to Forest. But I'll say this before I give credit to Forest. Liverpool, they did start the match for Odo. They had some chances, but McAllister squandered them. Yes, but Forest did what they had to do, sit back, hit Liverpool on the counter. They did that, they scored their goals. Yeah, they did what they had to do. At this particular point, Liverpool is not the scary place in one spot. So if people are going there, I feel that Liverpool will do something, and people are not scared of them. People know that they can face them. If they face Liverpool, they have a high chance of beating them. Nobody is scared of Liverpool at this particular moment. So at some point, I think at the 79th minute or so, the fans started leaving the stadium, which is only increase the pressure on his slot. But let me ask you this: will you sack him this season? I mean, the reason why I think sacking him not good. If you sack him, who are you going to bring? Are you going to bring an interim or which manager can you go and get right now that will come on full time? So I wouldn't sack him. That's the reason I wouldn't sack him. I'll give him the whole season and see what he can do.
Yeah. I mean, if they sack him, Ten Hag is there. He doesn't have a job, so he can
So,
get Ten.
what better to they have for them? See, before I move on to this, Van Dijk, I don't know. Look, Van Dijk affects me. I feel like right now, I feel like he's trying to blame when the what Liverpool play right now. Most feel like when everybody makes a mistake, he shouts, he throws his arms in the air, then like I will see what you have done again. Like that reaction. He's not trying to really like motivate, almost like he's above everyone, then everyone is trying making a mistake. He doesn't make the mistake. That's what it feels like.
You Isaac.
So okay, then you Isaac, since you're the Liverpool fan, you talk about Liverpool. We have talked about Liverpool, but if your club, so tell us how you are feeling about your club. You said I was saying that, but like me, the way he's acting at the moment, his body language, I don't really like. I feel like no, wait. Don't sometimes sometimes it feels like he's almost every time like he's having a go at Keke. Like sometimes when I watch this Liverpool match, like you said it doesn't mean what? Is that not what? That is not what. If the team is everybody's not doing well, he's not like he's playing better than anybody. Who is it? No, nobody in the team is playing well. But the way he acts like he acts like he's playing better than nobody's playing worse. Nobody in the team is actually playing well. Some of them they're all playing bad. No, wait, that one is different. If everybody's playing well, that one they're fine. But nobody's playing well, so like you're not better than everybody because all of you are not doing well.
Okay, okay. So you now, what was your analysis of the game? Why are Liverpool so like? Why are they performing badly so far this season? So it's not the coach. Yeah, I felt yes. Yeah, yeah. I feel like Salah had one of his best games so far this season. So, but don't you think that like you guys signed to way too many players, and especially yesterday, Isaac was invisible that whole game. He was missing. I feel like you guys need yeah, yeah, okay. But the thing about Isaac too is that Eketike is there, he's fit. He has been playing well for you this season. Why won't Anislot start him instead of Isaac, who only just came back from injury? I think that's the thing with yeah. Anyway, but do you think Liverpool gets better as the season goes on? Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, I think if you don't have anything else to add, I think that's all for Liverpool this weekend. Let's see whether they can regain their confidence in the Champions League this week. So moving on to Burnley versus Chelsea. Isaac, let me ask you this: are Chelsea in the title race?
tomorrow if United wins, United is in the title race, so you can't tell right now. But for head is Arsenal. You get
Yeah.
it. So I wouldn't say Chelsea is in the race, but right now, let's see. If you Aston Villa, I even see they're in the title race, even though the beginning of the season, the first 5 games, they were around 19th, but right now
Yeah.
they are fourth.
Yeah. Okay. So did you watch the Chelsea match?
Oh yeah, they
And
did well. They did well. They did well.
they I think they rested some players for the Champions League game. I think they didn't play Caicedo.
Yeah,
They didn't play
Esther.
resting them for the match against Barcelona.
Oh yeah,
And
that
now,
that that would be a very big.
wow, yeah, you supposed how much me I suppose Barca. I'm not gonna lie, I know they like
Why does
Chelsea.
why does
Sharp.
Chelsea.
So we go there. Yeah. We will see how the match will go.
We
Then
that
hey, wow, wow, sharp. That be the thing. Actually,
So with Barcelona, the home camp was perfect. They started the match well. They scored an early goal, which certainly need the nerves. They controlled the game. They didn't really give particular opponent chance to any behind because in there was never really a threat. There were a few chances, but nothing overly concerning. That would make people worried. Then, as the second was going to close, Rami Yamal with a traveller pass to Ferran Torres. He brought the ball down, ran, gave a shot. Unai Simon should have done better because that wasn't the greatest shot by Ferran Torres, but it still beat Unai Simon, which made it 2-0, and that basically killed the game because Athletic Club, they are not a team that scores a lot of goals. I think they have scored only 12 goals or something, maybe wrong, but they start like that. So in terms of goals, it's not something that you don't expect. It's not something that Athletic Club really do for that. You worried about them having a comeback. So in the second and in the beginning of the second, Firmino Lopez made it 3-0. Then and Lamine Yamal with some beautiful piece of dribbling gave an assist to Ferran Torres, playing Ferran Torres in for the fourth goal in all. It was a good match. It felt like homecoming party with fireworks at the end. Barcelona played well. They kept a clean sheet. This was one of the best performances for Barcelona in a long time. Like everything that went well could go well for Barcelona. It also gave them confidence for the match against Chelsea. All in all player performed well. Gary Garcia did well in as a pivot, a defender playing as a pivot. He did well. The back line held their own. Gerard Martin did well. When Balde came on, when Balde had to come off because of an injury, Araujo came on. He did well. Rafinha had chance to stretch himself after being 2 months out. McBurnell got time to also play. All in all, this was a performance to look happy about, given the matches ahead against Chelsea. So that's all you can ask for, and I think it was a good performance from Barcelona.
this is the end of today's podcast. I hope you guys like and subscribe, share, and turn on post notifications so that you are notified anytime we post a video. Thank you all for listening, and we'll
6
see
million
you
ways to
during the
die.
Champions League
Choose
or
one.
after the Champions League.